Hi everyone, welcome to Book Booth, where today I'm going to be freaking out a little bit. The reason I'm freaking out is because this year, 2018, is almost over. That's nuts. We're already like halfway through November. I'm going to sneeze and Christmas will be over with. I am freaking out about how close we are to the end of the year. I distinctly remember things from last year this time of year around the holidays, and I can't believe it's already been a year since then. It's crazy. So in the craziness of this season, I've actually been thinking a little bit, what do I want to get done before the end of the year? And one of the things I think about is what books do I want to try to read before the end of the year hits? I know there's not like necessarily a cutoff. Obviously, I'm going to keep reading next year, so it's not like I have to read these things before. But I wanted to kind of talk about what books I think I would like to try to get to before the end of the year and just be able to wrap up the year nicely. So I'm going to be listing some books. These aren't necessarily in a particular order of when or how I want to read them, but they're just ones I'd like to see if I can get to. So let's go ahead and jump in. So the first one I actually don't have on me. I have it on hold at the library and hoping to get it soon, but I have the first book in the series, and that is Caravelle by Stephanie Garber. I'm hoping to read the second book in the series called Legendary. I just finished reading this book on October 31st, actually. I didn't think I was going to get it done before October. Otherwise, I would have done this in my October wrap-up. I just didn't think I was going to get it done. But I ended up getting really sick on Halloween, which is a total bummer. But I was actually able to stay home from work and read the rest of this book. I will kind of put more thoughts on this in a wrap-up later this month to give you some more of my thoughts. I don't want to take too much time on it right now, but the whole series follows these two sisters, and one of them desperately really wants to go to this show, and also it's also like a participation game, sorry, tongue-tied, it's supposed to be this magical game, and you have to have tickets to go, and she keeps wanting to be able to go every year, and then she's never been able to. And then about a week before she's going to get married in this arranged marriage, she gets tickets from Legend himself, who's basically the ringmaster of Caravelle, tickets for her and her sister to come and enjoy the show or be a part of the game. And the tagline of this whole Caravelle business is, remember, it's only a game, because you can't trust your senses or anything, because anything could be a trick and illusion. This book is insane, and what is up is down, and you never know what's going to happen next. It's got so many twists and turns in it. But anyways, I will talk more about that later, but I want to read Legendary, which is the next book in this series. I'm hoping to get to that before the end of the year. I wish I could hold it up for you because the cover is really cool, but after I finally get to read that, I'll be able to show it to you. The next one I'm really hoping to get to, I actually got in the mail this past week, and that is Archenemies by Marissa Meyer. This is the second book in the Renegades series. Originally, this was supposed to be the last book in the series. It was supposed to just be a duology, but it was switched to a trilogy, which is awesome. So more Renegades awesomeness. I'm loving that. But I'm really hoping to get to Archenemies soon. Renegades is this superhero story between villains, kind of the age-old battle between villains and heroes, and we get to have one character on each side. It flips between two different perspectives of a hero and a villain, and there's a lot of things that kind of blur between the lines on this. Sometimes you're like, you honestly think the villains are good people, and the other way around, and sometimes the heroes, you're like, maybe that's a little shady. But anyways, if you're a huge fan of just superheroes in general, comic books, Marvel movies, any of that kind of stuff, or DC movies, I don't want to, choose between the two. My husband loves DC too. But anyways, so this is a really good series to read if you want to recommend a book to someone who isn't much of a reader, because these are really fast-paced and crazy. But anyways, really looking forward to getting to this one. I was actually slightly disappointed when I received it because it doesn't look quite as thick as the last one. It's still a thick book. I don't know. That's a dumb thing to complain about. What am I doing? Okay, so the next thing I'm really hoping to get to, I had the chance to read City of Ghosts this year by Victoria Schwab. That was actually my very first experience reading anything by Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab. She goes by a couple different writer names. And she's written some stuff in the young adult realm as well as the adult realm. And I really loved City of Ghosts so much. I know it's a middle grade novel, and that she obviously writes differently for young adult and for adult, but I really enjoyed that book. I really enjoyed her writing. And I've heard so much about all her other books. I've heard just rave reviews on them. I'm constantly hearing about them on BookTube. So I am really, really hoping to get to, and I have my hands on it from the library, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I'm really hoping, and this might be putting myself in kind of a difficult position to try to read all of them, but I'm really hoping to read the entire trilogy before the end of the year. I hope. I honestly don't know a whole lot about this series other than the fact there's a lot of magic involved, obviously. magic in the title. And there's supposed to be these different Londons that I guess that are in different worlds. So there's like a black London, red London, white London. I think there might be some other ones. I don't know. So I don't know a whole lot going into this. I just know I'm really looking forward to reading it. I've heard so many things about it. One of the things that I've heard that really makes me excited about it is I am a Harry Potter fan, and I've heard from people that they're not necessarily comparing this to Harry Potter, but they say that it gives them similar feelings to reading Harry Potter, kind of some of that warm cozy a little bit. And I know it's fast paced, and I've heard it's just the story's really amazing, and I'm looking forward to jumping into it and getting to read some more V.E. Schwab, and I just can't wait to get into this. I was so excited to get my hands on it at the library. I didn't think I was going to get my hands on it really soon, so I'm so excited about that. But obviously I need to get into that soon because library, a limited time to read, so I'm gonna have to jump into that really, really soon. So that may be one of the next ones I'm doing. I think I have time to mention a few other ones. These other books I'm going to mention are ones I would like to get to. If I don't get to them before the end of the year, I'd probably be okay. So speaking of Victoria Schwab or V.E. Schwab, I would really like to read Vicious. I've heard so much about this book called Vicious. I believe it's an adult novel, and it follows these two guys that used to be best friends. They were roommates in college, and they were studying up on people that have superpowers. And I think they find out how to get their own superpowers, and I think it's like through instances where they have near-death experiences is how they can get superpowers. But anyways, it sounds really, really intense, and it follows like years later, I think, and these two friends have become complete enemies. They hate each other, and they become villains, and they have superpowers, and it sounds like it's really cool. I know it's a really, really dark book, but it's the second book in that series, which the name of it is totally escaping me right now. I know it's Vicious and can't remember, but the second one came out this year. I've heard a lot about that too, and I really just want to be able to jump on the bandwagon with that one. I really want to read some more V.E. Schwab. Another one, and I'm sorry, I have a list in front of me so I don't forget the names of things. The other one I really want to read is called The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding by Alexandra Bracken. I've heard a lot about that book as well, and that one is a middle grade book. The only thing I really know about it is it follows this teenage boy, and way, way, way back in the day, his like great-great-great-great-great-grandfather made a deal with a demon. And his grandfather ended up breaking that deal, and because of that, his great-great-great-great-great-grandson ends up being possessed by this demon. And so I think the entire book is supposed to be his perspective and the demon's perspective, and both of them battling out inside. I've actually heard the book is supposed to be really funny. The demon's supposed to be really kind of funny and dark and witty, and the whole book, this boy is trying to figure out how to get this demon out of him and make this whole wrong, make it right. It sounds like it's a really good book. Again, I think I said it's middle grade, so it should be a little bit more lighthearted, but it's still really dark as well. It sounds like something's totally up my alley, and I really want to read it, so I'm hoping to get my hands on it. I don't even know if they have that one at the library out here. I have no idea. So we'll see. Another one I'm looking for is called My Plain Jane. It's by Cynthia, Jodi, Meadows, and Brody Ashton. This is the last one I'm mentioning right now, but I'm really looking forward to this one. I really don't know a whole lot about it other than it's supposed to be like a mix of Jane Eyre, I think I said that right, and Ghostbusters. So it's supposed to be like ghost hunting and ghost fighting and Ghostbusters, basically, and that sounds amazing. That sounds right up my alley. I love anything that has to do with ghosts or paranormal stuff in it. I love having that in books. I just love that little bit of creepy. So this book sounds really fun. I don't know a whole lot about it other than that, which I'm fine with. I kind of like jumping into books not knowing way too much. But yeah, those are all the books I think I would like to read before the end of the year if I can. It's a very ambitious list. I have no idea if I'm going to get to all those books or not. I probably won't. I don't know. We'll find out. And there's other books I know that I'm going to have to read before the end of the year as well. And I'm also trying to finish up reading my Bible within a year, so I'm keeping on top of that. So it's going to be a lot of reading, and I'm going to try to very quickly read through all these books. But I can't wait to tell you all about them if I get to read them. But if I don't get to them this year, I'm sure I'll get to them next year. On this side of the screen over here, you're going to find my logo. If you click on that, then you can subscribe to my channel and follow me on my book journey. On this side over here is a video that you can watch right now if you'd like to watch another one of my videos. But thank you so much for watching. You rock. Don't forget to rereading. And also let me know down below if there's any books you want to get to before the end of the year. I'd love to hear about them. But you all have a great week. You're awesome. You rock. And yeah, keep reading, okay? Bye.